Hi, my name is Josh Laux. I am the manager of men's gymnastics at Tumblers Gymnastics Center, and I am also the manager of the trampoline program at Tumblers Gymnastics Center. So I started my career in gymnastics when I was probably 2 years old. I did recreational gymnastics. I went through a pre-competitive program. I went into a competitive program. I competed at a higher level nationally for 1 year. Then I moved to the United States. There I did more event specializing after taking a 2-year break from gymnastics, where I was only doing parallel bars, floor sometimes, rings sometimes. After I quit gymnastics when I was 18, I wanted to continue doing it, so I walked into a gym one day and I asked if there was a possibility of continuing to do gymnastics without having to pay a lot of money because it was going to be expensive for me as a student, and they offered to let me train for free and coach. I thought it was a fantastic idea. I started coaching at that point. I was coaching men's gymnastics, and I worked my way through the men's gymnastics program in the United States for about 2.5 years. I ended up coaching national level men for a year, specializing on vaults, high bar, and parallel bars with a team of 6 other coaches. We had a very large team. Then I started coaching women's gymnastics. I coached women's gymnastics for 18 years in the United States, in Canada, mostly in Quebec, and then I started working here at Tumblers. There was an interesting opportunity to take over the men's program and help it grow and rebuild, so that's what I did. I decided to work with men's gymnastics here at Tumblers. So the men's competitive program here at Tumblers, it's basically a 3-part system. We've got a pre-competitive program, a competitive program, and a high-performance program. In the pre-competitive program, we have boys that usually start around the ages of 5 or 6 and go until they can actually compete, and the Canadian standard for competing is 8 years old. So we spend a couple years building up the basics, getting very solid, good quality skills that they can build and perform, and eventually be able to do harder and higher level skills and enter into the provincial program. The provincial program is a 5-level program where level 1 and level 2 are compulsory, which means that they have specific skills that they have to do, and they have to perform the routines all the same way, and they're judged all on the same basis. And then as you get into level 3, 4, and 5, then the routines start to become more optional. There are more skills that you can perform and higher difficulties that you can perform as well, until you get into the national stream or the high performance stream. And if you're national, you're usually over 14 years old, and high performance can be from 9 till there's no limit really on age for men's gymnastics. People can compete till they're in their 20s, 30s, and even 40s. Gymnastics is the best foundation sport. It's one of the top 3 things I would suggest to any parent asking me, what do you think my child should do in sport? Gymnastics offers way too many benefits for anybody at any age, even from the youngest 18 months until 3 years old. That's a really, really important time in a child's development, where they're developing balance, they're developing cognitive connections. This place helps so much with so much of that, and not just for someone who's born completely average, but children who are born with special needs. Children need some of the stuff that we can offer, that we help build the foundation of a basic functioning human. There's so many benefits, I just can't seem to describe them all. You learn so much about yourself, you learn self-discipline, you learn self-worth, you teach yourself to push your own limits. And even the youngest kids, man, they benefit so much. I see it every day. A kid that couldn't even walk properly, and now they're able to walk properly. A kid that couldn't support their own weight, now able to support their own weight. Kid that couldn't swing, now able to swing. Kids that couldn't flip, and now can flip. There's no limit and no age limit to this. So the trampoline program, that is a new program to Tumblers. We're bringing in a interclub program to start next season, and The goal for that is to build into a full stream provincial program and stream national program. I'm working closely with coaches that work in the higher level field, and we're developing programs, we're developing the athletes to be able to perform and compete provincially and hopefully nationally one day. Trampoline is a much different sport than regular artistic gymnastics. It's one of the most dangerous. It's a very demanding sport because you have to trust yourself to be very high in the air. You are upwards of anywhere between 10 and 30 feet in the air, performing single saltos, double saltos, triple saltos, all with the intention of landing on your feet, your back, or your stomach, and then continuing to add skills to that. An international trampolining, national trampolining program offers a routine that's 10 skills long and is packed full of difficulty. And right now, Canada is one of the leaders in the world in the sport. We have some of the most difficult routines coming from some of the greatest trampolinists. We have a record of gold medals at the Olympics, and we want to push that for Orleans and find ourselves with that level of trampolining as well.